Hello everybody, this is Zigzag Zog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we're back to continue our Gangplank mission from XCom Enemy Within featuring the Long War mod. I'd like to say that we got off in our first section here off to a decent start. I'm very happy with it. Yes, it was a little slow, yes it was a little cautious, but can you imagine if we had activated the pod on the left and the pod on the right, and my left and right, yes, I really do know what's left and right. The pod on the left and the pod on the right at the same time, and amongst all that. So I'm happy that we were cautious with both the drop-ins in the back and moving forward too fast. Although somehow I have a feeling I kept hearing the cyber discs a heck of a lot closer than they really were. So we'll have to figure out what happened there, and I'm not familiar with having cyber discs retreating like that from us or whatever, if that's the case, but we'll figure out where they're at. And I think what we're going to start with here is getting Fred up and see if we can get up to the center of this tower as we start making our way forward to complete the mission. Okay. And I thought that might be a safe move, so we can hustle and hurry and get everybody else up there now, knowing that we can at least get behind this tower. Now, I'm not so confident about peeking out behind that tower yet, but let's get everybody up there. And I'm wondering if maybe what I can do, let's see, maybe get a couple soldiers positioned, and if I can find Madison Bumgarner here, I'm thinking of taking him off to the side here. Can't have everybody clustered in the middle. There's not enough room necessarily to have everybody up there and still get cover, so we're going to have to send some out to the wings. I'm kind of curious if we're going to have any vision from over here. Let's take a peek.
Heading there now.
And it looks like that's a big fat no. I'm going to kind of do the same thing on the other side. How about if, Ruth, we send you off to that side? We'll kind of, can't get you up top this turn, so let's dash you over here. And the majority of the rest, let's see, I can get a number up here and down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 in the middle. That means I need at least a minimum of 3 on the wing. So let's look at having a couple go out to each wing, and the rest will be up the middle to take positions there. Excusez-moi. Now let's get Putin. We'll get you down to the lift over here. And Sandy Koufax, you and your golden arm. It's mostly smoke we're looking at, but I guess I kind of want you towards the middle in case you need to throw smoke to either side. So let's get you down there. What have we got? Trevor T-Bone. Let's get you in the rocket up the middle. Looks like we have a few minor reloads to take care of, but we'll do that shortly. Do we have anyone else? Kind of like the idea of having these guys up towards the middle. But maybe we bring you off to the side. You never know, Alexis. You may get lucky with an angle, especially if we have some cyber discs that raise up a little bit and go flying. So you could potentially get an angle from the side. So we'll place you out that way. And why don't we see if we can get you, Kristin, kind of off the same way to the side, although I think we'll have you go to the side via the lift down over here. So let's have you go that way. Once we get Ruth up over on the side to kind of make sure it's clear and safe. Alright, I think we got everybody moving out. Yeah, it's coming up the center, those noises, so I'm not comfortable peeking out quite yet, and yeah, there's the cyberdisc noises, all right. Okay, Okay. Let's get some more of you up the lift. I'm kind of thinking, let's get you up here first, Trevor. And then we can look at setting you and peeking you off to the side. Now that sound came kind of from the middle, but a little bit more to the right. So let's get everybody up here first, and then perhaps, well, we don't really have enough quite room for everybody, but Vladimir Putin, let's get you up to this. Let's try this corner spot for you. See if you can see around the edge, but I think, yeah, since the noise came from slightly the other edge, I think we're going to be okay. In fact, I'm going to even try use Sandy Koufax right here.
I'm on the move.
The left side to peek around. Yes, it is safe. If the noise had been perfectly centered, I'd probably been more afraid to peek around the edge, but since it came off, that sound cue was just a little bit off center. I felt more comfortable peeking around that left edge. Ruth, however, I don't know, I think I'm probably nervous bringing you up here to see if we have any vision. Let's try this spot first. Nothing. And I'm kind of thinking, Kristin, let's get you to the base of the lift over here. Get ready to bring you up next turn. And we're gonna overwatch. We're gonna get my sniper moving, but I think I'm gonna reload you, Alexis, as we're moving into position. And we're gonna reload you, Trevor, even though we're probably next turn gonna get you to the corner to steady your rocket, perhaps. Might as well get your pistol reloaded, just so we're fully reloaded with everything we potentially could use.
Got it covered.
And Bumgarner, let's move you just a little farther over, see if we see anything, and I didn't think so. We're taking baby steps till we get everybody kind of positioned.
Heads up, Strike One. We're picking up some strange readings near your op zone. Keep an eye out for hostile forces.
New drop-in. I didn't think I moved anywhere that would trigger a drop-in. Perhaps, or apparently I did. Nice, wouldn't you like that? A nice thin man in the back, a nice, and a sectoid. A sectoid drop-in. So we got a thin man and a sectoid drop-in behind us. So I think we need to position some folks back here, so maybe we could take advantage of that. Yeah, nobody in sight yet. We're gonna hunker down. Ruth, why don't we get you over? Now maybe we can get, we're going to kind of reorient ourselves toward the back with those drop-ins, so I feel better with you in full cover. And who do we got on this side? Let's get back over to the other side over here. I'm kind of thinking with you, Alexis, we can get you a nice perch right there in full cover to snipe away from
On the move.
once we get vision. And I'm going to go ahead and steady your weapon. I think we will move you up to the corner, Madison Bumgarner, and I'll probably, rather than, since you're only in half cover, rather than overwatch you, I'll probably hunker you down, getting prepared for potential action. I'm going to overwatch you, Ruth.
Affirmative, covering now.
And get everybody else up to the edge. So we're going to overwatch with Putin. Now I'm a little bit nervous over here because I'm going to probably be grouping these guys over here. So hopefully the thin man won't have room to, or won't have the range to acid us across the way.
Position confirmed.
Okay, I was just worried in case we activated down this way with a cyber disc, but that's a safe move. And Sandy Koufax, why don't we get you positioned over there too?
Yes, Commander.
All right, we'll just kind of sit here in the rear on Overwatch. And Fred, since you have a shotgun, let's just bring you right here.
Move into position.
We'll probably just hunker you. Now hopefully nobody's going to be moving up from us from the other direction, from the forward direction. We'll steady the rocket just in case. Not that I'm going to use it on just a lone thin man insectoid, but We'll steady the weapon too, because maybe you'll get a good steadied rifle shot.
Shut up. Listen.
Yeah, we got the Thin Man noise back because we know he dropped in. But doesn't look like he moved up on us anywhere. I'm still here. Oh, there's a sectoid is the aggressive one over here. Look at that. Oh, way to go, Ruth, taking out the little old sectoid. Took away the cover that we, thank goodness, we don't need anymore. Now we still got a hiding out Thin Man back there. So I'm kind of thinking this is where you come into play, Madison. You're the one that we're going to run forward. In fact, we're going to run you to the full cover over here to start seeing if we can gain some vision on the Thin Man. And you have lightning reflexes in case he's overwatching, and he's apparently not. So we'll just overwatch you and kind of overwatch everybody else.
Come get some. Eyes peeled, Commander.
We will steady you, Alexis, in case you get a nice little pot shot coming out.
Right. I've got my
And
eyes.
we'll just hunker down on the run again. Now we can get some movement from that Thin Man so we can go back to moving forward. Kind of a docile Thin Man. Oh, there we go. He got up to the edge. Is he going to be able to spit? He's going to suppress instead. He saw what Ruth did. He wants to lock her down. What that does, though... Oh, we have sight here from Madison Bumgarner. Too bad it's not hollow targeting. What kind of shot do you have, Alexis? 95%. Sounds like we should take the shot with you and get this done. Come on, get the full crit, get the full hit. Oh, that's even a crit without the close-up animation to assure me that we got it done. Now let's reorient ourselves, looking forward again, and let's get our Rocketeer steadied. Now that I figured it's probably safe to move up to that front edge.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I'm kind of thinking I want to try up top, but I think we'll wait till next turn before I move up and kind of get everybody else turned around back forward again too. But it looks like it may be safe to take the towers in front of us after all.
Roger that. Scanning.
Madison Bumgarner, looks like we can run you back forward. And I'm going to take a shot at getting you up here, Kristin.
On the move.
Yeah, we didn't unlock anybody or activate anybody there. Ruth, we're just going to turn you around just minorly. We'll have you reload. It looks like all we got a choice, the old hunker choice with a Gatling gun after you move. Steady that rocket, overwatch everybody else. I'm hearing the cyber disc. What is that symbol coming down here behind us? Got a weird symbol coming up down there, let's get ourselves up here. Vladimir, let's get you up and see if we see anything from the tower. No cyber discs, none whatsoever. Why don't we get you over here, Sandy Koufax?
That's affirmative.
And let's get our rocket steady right in the center so we can aim it to the left, aim it to the right. Boom, 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 take care of those enemies. We're going to keep you down near the bottom, Fred, so you're close enough for run and gun. In fact, you might be the one that goes against that power conduit up there for us. I'm thinking we kind of run you up here, Madison Bumgarner, to work on covering the left. We're going to kind of do the same with you, Kristin, to cover on this side.
Roger, Dodger.
Alright, everything's safe so far. So I wonder when we push forward for that power conduit if we're going to activate or not. There's the last one we want to get forward, and let's get you up here, Alexis.
Time to motor.
Would like to get you reloaded, but let's steady and overwatch with who we got left.
Roger that. Scanning. Roger that. Scanning. Come get some.
Let's see if we got any wandering pods out there. We got a little noise to the left. Sounds like a muton to me. And I keep hearing the cyber disc go, what is that symbol? It keeps popping up in between turns, right down there, right there. What is that telling me? What is going on in this game that it's causing this symbol? Let's just hope we don't get the whole... We are sorry to interrupt your current programming, but we have an important announcement. Your Let's Play host, Zigzag Zog, is a doofus. First, some backstory to explain that statement. At a certain period in time, said host, Zigzag Zog, decided to convert his playthroughs to 4K 60 FPS recording. And part of that process, the transition for both the XCom playthroughs was pretty seamless. The transition for the Total War series was less than smooth. By upgrading to the 4K processing, the hard drive that was being used stuttered and caused sound issues. Quickly resolved that after a few episodes once it was figured out, and got a faster hard drive. Solid state, etc., etc. Nice, quick, speedy old hard drive. Problem is, or the adjustment was, that this new hard drive, being faster and nicer and newer, was just a little bit more expensive. So therefore, what was purchased did not have the same holding power, did not have the 2 terabyte holding power that the old hard drive did. I think it was in the neighborhood, basically it's in the neighborhood of 232 gigabytes instead. I think you might be able to see where this story might be headed if you're Sherlock Holmes or something of the sort. But anyway, being that the 4K saves when recording are a little larger than the old 1080p ones were, smaller drive also filled up a little faster than was used to. Said host, Zigzag Zog, was aware of this and was usually pretty good at making sure there was plenty of space on said new speedy hard drive. However, he has learned, as many new channels do, we learn by our mistakes. Prior to the Gangplank mission, Zigzag Zog, me, in other words, forgot to clear off old recordings and forgot to make sure there was plenty of space on the hard drive. So the part 2 episode you are watching was cut short, just stopped, and I didn't even realize it till after the whole mission was done, and I went back to just label the recording, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is only a very short recording. Oh, no, you know, and then everything dawned and then realized what had happened. Well, at that point, it's a little too hard to go back and try re-recording and coming up with some jury-rigged save from Iron Man, yada yada yada. So instead of having you be able to watch this intense, although be it lengthy, so praise the Lord, or thank the heavens, thank the RNG gods, whoever you want to thank, you don't have to watch the whole mission. It was lengthy. It ultimately was successful, but there was a casualty. And We'll go to the memorial right now. We'll take a look because this is all post mission at this point. But we had a great mission. We even had the famous teleporting cyber disc. There were 2 cyber discs total, one of which teleported but appeared in the middle of nowhere, but not in an extremely awkward place. The timing worked in our favor, and we were able to deal. We had our Rocketeer ready. Boom, 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 shred, shred, shred. And said cyber disc was handled pretty quickly, actually, once the initial panic ended of, how'd you get there? So we had a little fun in the mission there. Everybody was alive and well at that point. But when we pushed through that second set of doors after the 3 towers, that's where things got a little dicey. There were a lot of pods of mutons mixed with floaters, mixed with thin man drop-ins, and you name it. And I got a little, as usually happens, worried about taking too much time. And, well, let's put it this way. I felt like I needed to push my scout forward to get some vision, and he did have lightning reflexes. But he got in half, once you get past those doors, it's mostly half cover. And he got double teamed by a couple of mutons. First hit was a healthy percentage. Second hit was a 19%er. Hit, down, bleed out. So he wasn't dead. We were able to get Ruth Maserati Hertz over there, re-heal him, get him back up on his feet, and we retreated quickly to get him healed back up to full strength. So it was awesome. Well, it wasn't quite. It was a couple ticks under full strength, but close to full strength. We had some other injuries come up on the mission. I think Sandy Koufax got hit. Fred Hoosier, our assault on this mission, got some healthy hits. But we had enough med kits to get these people mostly, all our soldiers mostly healed back up. So we got the enemy's ranks thinned, and it felt like we were getting pretty low to where it was safe to push forward again to start hunting that final cyber disc. Because if anything, there was maybe one more pod of mutons, maybe a couple floaters left, and the cyber disc. What happened though is we decided once again to lead off with Madison Bumgarner, our scout. He led off. We caught sight up above, high to the left, were 3 floaters hiding out, kind of remnants. We focused on the mutons, but the floaters were at elevation up the ramp to the left. And Bumgarner once again was in half cover, and they just tag teamed, and he got hit and killed once and for all. I think once you bleed out once, you don't have much chance to bleed out the second time you get hit, or he just got hit hard enough. And there he is, Sergeant. Kind of a high rank if you look at it. 30 kills, 9 missions. Left us on Operation Empty Gift, which is or was the Gangplank mission. And it says he died by drone beam, but don't let that kill you. It was maybe I misremembered that part. He must have fallen. I thought it was the floaters that actually killed him, but they must have weakened him down, and then we found the cyber disc, and one of the drones finished him off, and boom, he just had multiple people firing on him. He was the target out there all by himself. So Madison, MadBum, Bumgarner, thank you for your service. And that's what happened on the mission. We ultimately then finally took out all the remaining drop-ins after the final cyber disc and his entourage of 3 different drones that we were actually able to knock out the cyber disc before the 3 drones. We had some good luck. We used our last rocket on the cyber disc and just boom, 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 had everybody in good angles to knock them out once we saw them. It was unfortunately the floaters and drones combined that remained that took out Madison Bumgarner. so close to the end in making it out clean. The good news, as you know from the first mission, that I did not mess up. We have some cool things in the market now. We have the alien carbine. We have the the alien rifle that we got from our captured Muton. We have the alien grenade that we captured from the Muton, and we got a whole heck of a lot of floater corpses, thin men corpses. We finally got our quantity of Muton corpses up. We're up to 3 cyberdisk wrecks. We got a couple chrysalid carcasses, you name it, and then we still have our Muton captive. We had some damaged armor that we'll have to go in and repair, because with Bumgarner losing his life, his equipment, I think it was a laser rifle that he had, armor, and one other thing that became damaged. So we'll have to repair that. But if you look at our alien alloys, all of a sudden, our alien weapon fragments all of a sudden are meld. We're up to 12 UFO flight computers. We are up to 9 UFO power courses. We have 2 fusion cores. So we had a nice haul on this mission, as the argument often is it's an overpowered mission for the difficulty, but I'm happy to have it. This is Long War. We'll take every little thing that we can get. So in conclusion, everybody, in fact, we have a repair bay open, and there's the 3 damaged: alloy plating, phalanx armor, and the laser rifle, and we're just going to hit repair on that right now. So I do not forget to get that repaired and going. But we're going to end the episode here. I'm still a little bummed that I messed up the whole recording thing. However, I've been so far very fortunate on the few mistakes I've made. I've rapidly learned from them, and I guarantee you I will have a much stricter regimen for checking the hard drive before recording to make sure this never happens again. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for bearing with me on this important news message. But I do appreciate your watching. I'm sorry you couldn't actually see it happen in person, but I kind of gave you a nutshell recap of how we ended up. And next episode, we'll get back to the normal flow. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next episode.